Honorable Abdul Samad.
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, as you rightfully put it, this is nothing else except to express the displeasure in the kind of responses. And Mr. Speaker, one, this was something I raised on 19th of May, 2021. We are now in August. And the issue that was here was people have a right, and a constitutional right, to be able to demonstrate, to picket, Mr. Speaker. And this is envisaged in the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, the response that the security CS gave is that, and I just want to, the government, as guided by the Public Order Act, has measures outlines on how to handle peaceful demonstrations and allow freedom of expression. And Mr. Speaker, when you look at all this, they've quoted the Public Order Act. The Constitution of Kenya, Mr. Speaker, first of all, the rights that are there in the Bill of Rights itself belong to an individual and are not granted by the state. That means they're not a favor. Someone who wants to be able to demonstrate and picket, Mr. Speaker, it is not a favor that they're asking the state. And Mr. Speaker, it even goes ahead and says the Bill of Rights applies to all laws and binds all state organs and all persons. And Mr. Speaker, equally, every person is equal before the law and has the right to equal protection and equal benefit of the same law, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the only limitations when it comes to matters to do with demonstrations and picketing is unless they were propagating war. There's no one who's ever propagated war. Unless, Mr. Speaker, there was an incitement to violence, no one has ever incited violence. Unless, Mr. Speaker, there was hate speech, there's never been hate speech. And there's never been advocating any form of hatred, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, these rights of fundamental freedom in the Bill of Rights shall not be limited except by law. Except by law. And the Constitution even goes ahead, Mr. Speaker, to even give from A to E, and for purposes of time, I'll not read each one, but from A to E, the reasons that are supposed to be in that law. And I've looked at the Public Order Act. There is nowhere at all that is given. And I'm only saying this, it is not about demonstrations that were being done in Mombasa alone, but every single one of us needs to actually question this, because people will be aggrieved and people will need to demonstrate, whether it is the people of Pokot, it is the people of Lamu, it is the people of Kisumu, it is the people of Nyeri, and in this instance, it was the people of Mombasa, Mr. Speaker. So I hope that the security organs will follow the supreme law in this country, and that is the Constitution of this country. Mr. Speaker, I'm not suggesting that the Public Order Act is in any way in contravention or has gone against the Constitution. But what I am insinuating is that the security organs should not use the Public Order Act without quoting necessary provisions and necessary clauses that allow them to be able to stop this. And as much as I say, this was something that was being done in May, but I'm not expecting further response from the chair. But I just wished to be able to stand and give caution to the House that I hope this is not going to be used, these excuses are not going to be used continuously to deny Kenyans their rights.
Very well. I see Leonard Mwadi wants to say something. I don't know whether you have addressed the issue of limitation of rights. Leonard Mwadi?
Well, I remember the contents of the response, Honorable Speaker. And one of the contentions of the Cabinet Secretary is that, yes, that right is guaranteed by the supreme law, that is the Constitution, but again, it shouldn't infringe on the rights of the others as they also picket, and that they only needed to inform the OCS, security apparatus, and also choose the demonstration route so that then they don't interfere with the others and infringe onto their rights. That's the only one.
Allow them to come beyond the gates here, purporting to picket. They will picket out there or go to Uhuru Park and they can sleep there the whole day or night. But we will not allow them to come and picket it in the chamber. We have our own rules, because the rights here are also equally protected. So you know, it is not absolute. It is not absolute. And I think there's no need to debate, because we are not giving any specifics, Honorable Abdulsamad.
Mr. Speaker, I respect the chair's views, and it is true, and you are very right, that these rights to be able to demonstrate and picket are defined, and actually the Public Order Act is that, and necessary regulations that followed after, is that the police need to be notified. Well, in this instance, they were notified. They were notified, they were informed, no rights were infringed, no one else's rights were infringed, and we want to do things based on law, based on the Constitution. Of course, we do not want to do something. I mean, you cannot start going to, as you rightfully put it, you can't expect people to start picketing inside precincts of Parliament or go to State House and start. But in this particular instance, Mr. Speaker, I was part and parcel of it, because I saw the day that the police were informed in writing by the organizers, and it is only on the day when people wanted to demonstrate is when the police decided to use a massive force. So I'm in agreement, but it is the way that even the response, if you see the response, Mr. Speaker, and I don't want us to engage too much in it, but I'm just giving caution and just probably opening up the ears of every single member here, that I hope this is not going to be used as an excuse for anyone else who in future would wish to be able to demonstrate against anything.